Hello, Facebook Live. Hello to the Facebook Lunchtime Live crew. Maggie here. If you do not know who I am on here every day at 12:15 Central Standard Time. I'm the co-founder of Moving Forward Ministries as well as a coach. And my husband and I have a health and wellness business. And we like to see people become whole spirit, soul, and body. Today, I'm talking about something important, something inside your body, something you might not know that's inside your body. And I get a lot of questions on this all the time. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to do a live about it because, people ask me the same things over and over, like, how does that work in your body? And what is this endocannabinoid system? And why is that cannabis? Will that get you high? And I get a plethora of questions. So today, if you've got questions about your endocannabinoid system, you need to stay tuned because we're going to address them and I'll answer any questions that you may or may not have. If you don't want to put them in the chat stream, you can always private message me, but I encourage you to share this with your viewers, get this out to as many people as possible because you do have an endocannabinoid system and it needs to be balanced. Okay, today we're going to talk about 3 elements of that. We're going to talk about what it is and what it does and why you need it. So thank you for those of you logging on live now. I'm going to go ahead and hit the ground running to get you out of here on time today. But many people say, well, what is an endocannabinoid system? The endocannabinoid system is in your body. It's part of your regulation system. It helps to function the brain, your endocrine system, your immune tissues, and it's a really important role in just regulating your system in your hormones, and especially in the area of stress and your reproductive functions and so forth. So back in 64, hey Thomas, thanks for logging on. Hey Scott, thanks for logging on. Back in 64, there was a scientist, Raphael, and I'm going to butcher his last name, but anyway, he was in Israel, so I'm not going to say it and butcher it, but he was able to take THC, which is one type of cannabinoid, and he was able to isolate it. And then later on in the 80s, there was another group that had joined who found out about another cannabinoid receptor in your brain. Actually, they found it in the brain of a rat. And there are more cannabinoids than neurotransmitters, and those are your CBD1 receptors. And then shortly after that, in the 90s, when they had the total breakthrough, where we started really recognizing, at least the medical community started recognizing that this is serious, okay? They located and dubbed the second type of cannabinoid receptor, which is a CB2. So these receptors, CBD1s are primarily in the brain, but the receptors that are CB2 are primarily in your gut and your spleen and your liver, your heart, your kidneys, your bones, your vessels, your lymph cells, and your reproductive organs. That's a whole lot of part of your body, okay? I'm just saying it's a lot of your body. So these are all throughout your body. Hey, Amber, thanks for logging on. We're talking about the endocannabinoid system. So these are all throughout your body and these various organs, okay? So these are very important. And they're probably, to be honest, the single most important system within your body because it remains, it helps to keep your body at homeostasis. So you're basically, if your endocannabinoid system is out of whack, you're going to be out of whack in various areas. Hey, Charity, thanks for logging on. So we're talking about how the CBD1 receptors, CBD2 receptors, what is the endocannabinoid system and how does it work? So if you would look at it as a regulator per se, okay? So like the CBD1 receptors, we'll just say CBD1 short for cannabis receptor 1, that they discovered originally in the 60s and then 2 in the 90s. So that's mainly located in your brain, your nervous system, and your lungs and livers and so forth. Basically, it's from, we talk about different cannabinoids. There are over 85 to 115 types of cannabinoids, all right? THC is just one. Everybody's talking about medical marijuana, but there are so many medicinal benefits from all of the other cannabinoids that your body produces and or you get from something else. The big push now for medical marijuana is because it helps to reduce, nausea, depression, chemotherapy type things and so forth. Even Big Pharma has gotten a hold of this and they've done don't even get me started on this, but they've done their own synthetic type of thing and then added a whole bunch of crap in it for people. And it's going to be out there. I think it's something like hundreds of dollars a month to take this. It's like insane. Anyway, we're not going to go there because we know that, I don't mean to demonize Big Pharma, but, they make a lot of money. And everything God creates, the enemy tries to take and basically distort. So anyway, cannabis is got 2 strands of cannabis. There are, CBD comes from the industrial hemp, where THC comes from marijuana. So it's very important that you understand the difference of those two. Okay, very, very important. So with your body, whenever you take a cannabis, so to speak, it nourishes these receptors, okay? And it stimulates the endocannabinoid system and it helps to promote the homeostasis, and that reduces a lot of symptoms in your body. Now, I could go on and tell you about all the medical science and all the diseases, but because of the FDA, and I want to stay compliant because I am an independent affiliate for a company that sells CBD oil, I'm not going to go that direction, but I am going to tell you about the symptoms that it does reduce the sensation of pain and inflammation in your body and things like that. All you have to do is turn on the news or Google CBD effects on the body, and it's going to tell you some of those amazing things that it helps with. But I want to stay compliant and I want to keep this short, so it would take too long to tell you all the amazing things it does for the body itself. Okay. Hey, Mita. Hey, Carl. Thanks for logging on. So with that being said, a lot of people say, well, what makes your particular product so much better than XYZ out there? The fact of the matter is that there is a huge difference. And right now, the U.S. Hemp Roundtable is working on a certification process because there are so many different types of people trying to cash in on this amazing thing. And there's a lot of products out there that not only are not good, but they are not safe. Anytime you put things in your body that have not been tried, tested, and proven, you've got to be really careful with that. So when I went looking for CBD, a friend of mine, Tammy, had told me about it, and I got some and I tried it, and it was like, yeah, okay. I really didn't get a lot out of it. But about actually not quite a year ago, I was looking for a high quality and I was looking for certain things. So here is my checklist, and I encourage you to use this checklist, whether you get CBD from one of my affiliates or myself or so forth. It's very important that you don't get junk, okay? You got to look and compare the labels. So what are the ingredients? Does it contain a lot of fillers? A lot of ingredients like MCT oil, coconut oil, vegetable oil, grapeseed oil, olive oil, anything like that. You also want to determine whether or not you want to take an isolate or whether or not you want to take a full spectrum. A full spectrum is going to give you the best effect. I'm just going to be honest with you. I take a full spectrum. It is a superior because of the fact that it is made from the entire plant, meaning full spectrum. It's like this, well, this isn't a cannabis plant, but it's like this, made from the entire plant, where whenever you take CBD, it as an isolate, it's being extracted from the stem. Okay, so that is the difference. When you get an isolate, you're only getting the CBD. But when you take a full spectrum, you are getting the full entourage effect of the CBD, the CBG, the CBN, and the CBC. So these are other cannabinoids that work synergistically together in your body, and they bind to these receptors and bring homeostasis. Now, if you are subject to drug tests, then get an isolate. Don't limit your availability to this amazing plant, in your body because of the fact that you got to take a drug test. A CBD isolate is extracted, and I wouldn't, normally I wouldn't recommend that, but our extraction is so sophisticated that I'm getting testimonies all the time from people that use this, and they have found it to be very beneficial. So Mita says, hey there, yes, people need to educate themselves about the science of plant varieties. Different tomatoes are scientifically named the same, but tomatoes have different flavors, nutrients, values, etc. Great analogy and comparison there, Mita. It is true. You have to research and look at this because you do not want to put something in your body unless it passes the test. Our products are non-GMO. We actually, the company, the farms that we get ours from has been involved for years, okay? And they're the agriculture pioneers and leading in the growing agriculture hemp generations in Kentucky. They are a family-owned farm, but they are very well regulated because they work with the University of Kentucky, and they've been growing industrial hemp for years under a pilot program. So they're like the trailblazers, if you will, okay? They aim to attract and teach and educate and help other farmers in the industry because there's so many people with this fast growing industry trying to cash in. But there's a lot to be said about the processing itself. Okay, so our particular company that we use, they virtually have a post-harvest. They've eliminated the biggest problem in crops of CBD from industrial hemp is a lot of them you can get mold. Okay, formaldehyde, all kinds of stuff, all kinds of yucky stuff. But our company has actually developed a proprietary fresh locking drying technology. It's known as the Big Blue. We're like the only people out there doing this. Okay, a lot of people do the CO2 process, which is extracting it from the plant, which is very sophisticated, very expensive, but it's very effective. Okay, our company has the scientists and the botanists and all of those that partner together, and they just really are making sure that this is done in the proper way. Okay, leading in the industry with innovation. But the fact of the matter is, the Big Blue is what's called a fresh locking, and what it does is it vacuum seals the harvest hemp. I mean, literally in 3 minutes. Okay, it is preserved from the farm to the table. Okay, because we're talking about this is really, it's food grade. It is something that is, you don't want to have a bunch of junk on what you eat, and you shouldn't have a bunch of junk in your body. So some of the things that I always looked for whenever I was searching out to find the purest with the purest product with the best extraction and the best price point, I found HempWorks. HempWorks is superior in so many areas. We really take pride in the fact of the purity because it's 2 ingredients too. Okay, unless you want peppermint or cinnamon to give it a flavor for you, but there is the CBD, okay, in hemp oil. Now, the hemp oil is made from the industrial hemp, so you're getting it from there. Is the hemp used organic? Yes, it is organic, non-GMO. It is grown in Kentucky, and it is third-party lab tested to make sure that it is compliant. And so on our website, you literally can find where they check it for mold, and they check it for the percentages, because in order for industrial hemp to be legal in the United States, and here in Tennessee, obviously, for those of you in Tennessee, Hemp Saver, like the thing for the kitchen. Yes, Hemp Saver, food saver. Yes, that's exactly right. Because when they seal that within a matter of seconds, there is no chance of any pathogens getting in there. So, but the actual CO2 processing, Amber, is a very sophisticated to make sure that it's not damaged. And people are using stuff out there like alcohol and all kinds of things, because a lot of people, and they'll be like, well, yeah, I want to get it grown here in Tennessee. Well, I'm sorry, Kentucky is just really, really close to Tennessee. And this is a sophisticated get up where you're not talking about Billy Bob's backyard hemp farm. Okay, for it to be legal in the state of Tennessee and throughout the United States based on the U.S. Farm Bill, it has to have 0.3% THC in order to make it legal. So by ours being third-party lab tested, we know that it's legal. And that's super important when you're talking about something that is new as far as cannabis being legal and so forth. So yes, that is absolutely true. And it is very, very important to have those, because I don't want anything in my body that is going to bring more toxicity. Our bodies are toxic enough. So when you take the CBD oil and it nourishes the receptors in your body, brings your body into homeostasis, people are always saying, well, how can it work on this and it works on that? And I mean, I get testimonies all day long. So yes, well, legal in all 50 states by the U.S. Farm Bill on a federal level, but Mita, there's a couple states right now that are fighting it on a local level. So I'm not going to, Ohio and Alabama are 2 of them that are currently legislation changing. So that's great. It's organic, non-GMO, third-party lab tested. Yes, that is correct. Thank you, Amber, for putting that in there. But the fact of the matter is that currently the president of the farm where we get our source sits on the U.S. Hemp Roundtable, and Mitch McConnell in the legislative stuff everybody's pushing for it and to get it, because it won't get you high, and people are confused. They get really confused with medical marijuana and CBD. Okay, so industrial hemp is high in CBD and low in THC. Medical marijuana is high in THC and low in CBD. Now, there are some things that medical marijuana works good on that, but the fact of the matter is it's not legal. And for those of you that are looking for a safe alternative in the meantime, while you're waiting for that to be legal, this is your best bet. But a lot of people don't even want medical marijuana because the fact of the matter is they don't want the munchies. They don't want to feel funny. They just want to feel better. So I know personally, yes, it's a different plant variety than medical marijuana. Correct. That is correct. Medical marijuana comes from marijuana. This comes from industrial hemp. So it's a cousin. It's a safe cousin, if you will. It is from the cannabis family, but it is not high in THC. So therefore you could drink a whole flipping bottle and it would not cause you any psychoactive effects. So, it's definitely, okay. So let me just tell you this. Let me tell you this. And I cannot mention diseases, but I can tell you, personally, just quick testimony. Last year, around this time, I was going for my periodic epidural on my spine. I got there at Vanderbilt and they said, do you have a driver? And I said, no, I've never had a driver before. And they said, well, we changed the protocol and you have to have someone to drive you. And I'm like, I came here from another county. I don't have anybody to drive me. And they're like, we're going to have to reschedule you. And I'm like, oh no, I'm going to see my grandbabies. Can't do that. So needless to say, I was desperate. Okay. So when I got this product, hey, Michelle, thanks for logging on. Michelle gave a testimony in the other day about she had spent thousands at a chiropractor, got on CBD and bam, she was like, stop, doing good. So that's just one of the many testimonies that we get. But I literally was desperate. I was going to Florida to see my grandkids and I wanted to be out of pain. So I got the CBD cream, the relief cream, which is, it's an emu cream. It's in a jar and you put it topically like you would Bengay or anything like that. So I put it on the external part of my spine and I orally took the drops. And I have not had an injection in my spine since 2018. Now, I'm not, because of the FDA, I can't say, oh, it healed me. But I'll tell you what, it has made my quality of life a whole lot better. For those of you that know me, you know that I'm ADHD, I've got some dyslexia stuff going on. And the fact of the matter is that it helps me. Just saying, if it helps me, it can help you. So why not? Okay. So and this is just according, and I get testimonies all the time. I've been a Christian counselor for many years. I get testimonies from parents, what their teachers are saying about their kids that have been on it. I'm getting testimonies in marriages where people have gotten their sex drive back because they've gotten off of some of the pharmaceutical drugs. I have gotten testimonies of people having a better quality of life and being able to focus and do the things that they're called to do. Now, those are testimonies. They're just testimonies. I can't say for what, but you can just, read between the lines if you need to. But the fact of the matter is that God created this as a plant and he put an endocannabinoid system in your body. And he, if he didn't intend for your body to have cannabinoids, then he would not have created this plant. And our body does make cannabinoids. Like if you're pregnant and breastfeeding, your body naturally makes these. Isn't that cool? It is informative, Amber. People who don't understand it, it's probably one of the misunderstood things of this past year I've heard people talk about. I've had people think that it's, all kinds of stuff, but here's the fact of the matter. It helps and it works. Hence, hemp works. So quick testimony on the couple that started this. They already had a great company that was doing well. And they were doing nutritional sprays. Hey, Yvonne, thanks for logging on. They were doing nutritional sprays, debt-free company, doing quite well because people have a lot of absorption problems. And with the nutritional sprays, which I have, by the way, if you're looking for any, got one for immune system, got one to help you sleep, got one to help you focus. Your body can absorb 98% of a spray. Now, these sprays do not have CBD in them, but that was the original company this couple had called My Daily Choice. And it was proven, tried and tested, doing well, debt-free company. But she had developed some digestive problems and they had found that the hemp worked. And so they decided to call it Hemp Works. So it makes total sense. But, she had some celiac, I believe, and so forth going on and some different things going on. Happy Hemp Day to you, sweet sister. Yvonne here is another affiliate. She is a rock star. She is helping lives be changed one drop at a time. Love her, love her, love her. We became Facebook friends, and then we met in Vegas. It was like, hi, sister, good to see you. So anyway, we are not talking about just joining a business. We're talking about a movement. We're talking about something that Dr. Axe is talking about, Dr. Oz is talking about, ABC, CBN, CBS, all the networks are talking about it. So you've got people out there, and they're hearing about it, and we want to make sure that they're educated and they know what it is. They know what it isn't. And so it's super important that you take something that is pure and something that is good. I have had people come to me and show me their bottles, okay? And they'll say, well, how is yours different than mine? And the first thing I say is, how much did you pay for yours? And they'll be like, I paid $149. I'm like, what? Same size, 1 ounce. Ours is $69. Guess what? If you buy 4 products, you could get them for $50, super cheap. An average batch of marijuana contains anywhere from 5 to 20% THC content, and some premium marijuana have upwards of 35% of THC. Meanwhile, hemp has a max THC level of 0.3%, essentially making it impossible for users to feel any psychoactive effect whatsoever. Mita is in the Columbia area, and Mita is extremely intelligent. And Mita, I hope I can share this. Her daughter takes this for her autism, and it has helped her with some, anxiety issues and so forth. I hope that's okay to share, Mita. I know you've shared it before with us in groups, so hope that's okay. If not, please forgive me. So yes, okay. So if you were in the Columbia area, okay, you've got to get a hold of my friend Mita, because Mita can hook you up. And she is a brilliant woman. She's got a brilliant mind. And as you can tell with her post here, she's extremely informative. So, but she also is one of our affiliates that's trying to help people get rid of the stigma and be able to change their lives physically and financially. This is not just a business opportunity. This is a movement. This is a movement. So if you're watching this video and you're wanting to get the product, then you need to reach out to us. If you're wanting to hear about the business, I could talk all day about the benefits of this, because this industry is blowing up and timing is everything. Okay. So our products just alone by our products are cut above. They're so much better. Like I was telling you, the one product, there was one of our competitors, it was $149, and then she pulled it out. And she pulled it out, and it was like, ooh, it looked yellow and gummy and nasty. And I'm like, you put that in your mouth? And I pulled out mine, and she goes, oh my gosh, yours looks so pure. I'm like, it's because it is pure. And then I said, let's look at the ingredients. Hers had like 8 ingredients in it. One of them was potassium sorbate, which is a preservative. You don't want preservatives in your CBD oil. You just don't. Okay. That's why we've got the blue snap. That's why we've got it to where it is sealed immediately, to make sure that you don't need all that crap in your oil. You want the purity and simplicity of the plant itself. So if you are interested in the business, you need to get a hold of us. If you know one of my affiliates on here, reach out to them. For me, message me. I'll answer your questions. I will tell you all about it and how it can change your life, as well as you helping other people get feeling better. We all have imbalances in our life, whether they're natural imbalances or whether or not they're physical imbalances. But if you've got an imbalance in your system, you're going to know. And I've got somewhere, I don't have it on here, but I've got like a little ECS testing thing to find out if your body is deficient in it. I can tell you right now, you want to sleep better? You need to get the oil. You want to have more energy? You need to get the oil. You want to be able to it's a neuroprotectant, so you want to protect your body if you're already healthy. I get this all the time. Why should I take CBD oil when I'm completely healthy? Sometimes people don't realize how out of whack their body is until they take the oil and it nourishes the receptors, and they come into homeostasis, and they're like, oh my goodness, yes, you can, honey. But when you share it, make sure they know to go to you. So, with that being said, our bodies, they've got to last a long time. We all have things to do. So I encourage you, whatever the case may be, if you're interested in the product or you're interested in the business, be informed, okay? We have got something that is absolutely amazing here. It's changing lives, and it's helping people to feel better every day. It has changed my life, and this has actually helped our ministry, because we're using this to help people get off of pain medications that are, bound up in addiction. So there's just a lot of different things that CBD is being used for. And I encourage you to be educated, informed. Don't just buy anything. Don't go to the smoke shop. There's all kinds of stuff cropping up all over the place. Everybody's trying to, cash in on it because it is such a hot commodity. But the fact of the matter is that you want a true, tried, and tested. And whenever it comes to the CO2 process, the big blue ceiling, the the organic, the non-GMO, all of those factors, you definitely want to check with us first before you talk to anybody else. Yes, hit me up because I'll meet with you. If you're in or around Columbia area, happily, yes. Mita has just gotten started in this, and I would love to see her be able to touch some lives because she can reach people I can't. Yvonne on here, she's reaching people I can't. We are in this together, okay? And the more that we reach out to people, the more we see lives change, and we start to see people be in balance. I'll just give you another testimony. I won't say what's going on, but I'll tell you it's improved relationships for me with family members who have forms of chemical imbalances, if you would. So I encourage you guys, that's me. See all those hearts? I love your hearts. Thank you so much. So I appreciate the hearts. I appreciate the likes. You guys share this out to your crew because people need to be informed. They need to know this is something that is going to help them. And I encourage you guys to keep yourself balanced in all areas of your life, spirit, soul, and body. This is Maggie. You can find me at CBD Oils for Life, or if you're looking for ministerial stuff, I am at Moving Forward Ministries tn.com, and we just love you guys. So have a blessed day. See you. Ciao. Bye, Yvonne. Bye, Mita. Bye, Amber. All you other folks that logged on here. Bye, guys. Have a great day. God bless.